Shalom Akim. I'm gonna give all praises and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahushai Ba'Shem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS who teach and rule well, and salutations to all the Akim and all folk on this earth who's pushing the truth, sincerity. Shalom Akim. I want to get into, this data center stuff that they're talking about, man, because this is a real hot topic. Literally a real hot topic that's going on right now. We are entering June. The 6 months on the 6th month on the calendar. We're damn near at the halfway point of the year. But the point was that, we went through spring and winter. So I want to say back in March. I wouldn't say back in March. I would be hearing about the different data centers that they're popping up in the Chicagoland area. They're built. I shouldn't say pop up, but they're going to build. And this was the thing, because they would have these conference meetings and have the people down there. And this is when the news would come down there, because once again, one thing that people don't realize, when the elites make moves, they don't let the people know until it's already damn near done and they're rolling with it. You know what I'm saying? They just inform you that this is what they're doing. They don't give a damn how you feel or anything. Because at these meetings that they would have, the people would be in there, they'd be going crazy, they'd be protesting and everything, and them millionaire owners just sit back, not giving a damn. Because like I'm telling you, they're only letting you know because their higher ups is telling them, hey man, you gotta let these people know what's getting ready to go on, and have them have a feeling that they have a good input into what's going on. You know what I mean? And that's the game they play, man. They play a game that the people have input in what they're getting ready to do. And if they don't, they're really just telling you their next move, whether you're with it or not. Get rolled on or get rolled over. You've got different areas where they're offering millions of dollars for these lands, and the people are turning it down left and right. Certain areas where the cities are with the people, then that's different. But when you have cities like Chicago, for instance, which is damn near, mafia ran city, it's ran by basically money, and they could be bought out, influence, you could be priced out, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you thought, money will change your mind. That's how it goes. That's just how it goes. So, like I say, they got a bunch of these centers popping up all across America, and at one point they would pop out one here, one there. Right now they're on a full blown mission, man. Let me read this. It says Utah's AI data center is expected to be extremely large, bigger than 2,000 Walmart centers, and it could release a huge amount of heat every day, equal to the amount of output of 23 atomic explosions, a threat to human life. And once again, America's for sale. A few years ago, they were you had the Chinese buying up different cities in America. And all of a sudden, Trump came in office and he cut all that out, And you've always had some particular areas that was just for sale. You had farmlands for sale, the borders for sale. Everything's for sale in America. So the line is just defiled and jacked up. And when they bring these data centers, they're not gonna do anything good. You know what I'm saying? They're letting off toxic fumes. It just said it will heat up everything. In Utah is an area, where it's a temperate area. It's not like tropic area or anything like California where you have the different climate zones. Utah is for almost, it's a four climate area, if I'm not mistaken. They have the four seasons they go through: spring, winter, fall, that type of situation. But with a data center like this, you might have summer all year long, So that's gonna mess up your animals gonna be all off track. Everything's gonna be out of whack there. You know what I'm saying? And that's all that happens. All these data centers are in these areas, and that's the main complaint is they're draining out water. People are getting sick because of the rays and things that are coming off of the buildings and stuff like that. So yeah, there's nothing good coming out of this, man. And they tell lies like it's gonna be okay and they're gonna have jobs. That was another thing too, because they know that the people are hurting across America, so they're crying, and their outpour is about jobs. So one guy broke it down, because here's the kicker part that he broke it down. He said, you got to realize a lot of Americans are not for this. So they're gonna come in and promise you jobs, and let's just say they have promised 2,000 jobs. The news analyst guy said that 1,500 of those jobs are gonna have to go to security. 500 jobs will probably, a few hundred jobs will go to the people working on the plant, but the bulk of the job work will go to security because they're in fear of people coming to try to destroy these data centers. So this will also have a split in the people, because you have millionaire and billionaires like this guy right here. It says Kevin O'Leary's Utah data center could be the size of 2,000 Walmarts, and locals are furious. Well, this Kevin O'Leary, you know, if you watch the show Shark Factor, what is it called? Shark Factor or Shark Tank or something to that effect. When people come up there with their ideas and these millionaires, billionaires that buy into it and, you know, eventually push the people out or just buy into it and they'll split somehow, some way. Well, this guy, he's making a lot of money off of this, you know. He's going to make a lot of money. This is why he's pushing this to heaven. Because Trump also went over to, when he was over, Trump doing his diplomatic stuff over in China, that was his thing. He was going over to China to set up for data centers over that way, you know. But this guy, O'Leary, he wants them here in America to help destroy this place. But like I said, they tell lies. This is Psalm 58 and 2. I'm going to start at 2. Yea, in your heart you work wickedness. You weigh the violence of your hands in the earth. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies, man. So these guys speak lies. Like I said, they're lying, saying it's going to help the economy. They're lying about, you know, it's not going to do too much to the environment. You know, these are nothing but lies they're telling, man. You know, telling nothing but lies. Everything that they've been doing lately to America, well, not lately, for forever and a day, has been to, you know, fatten their pockets, but also destroy this land, man. You know, that's the name of the game. Psalm 58 and 4. Their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are like the deaf adder that stoppeth her ear, which will not hearken to the voice of charming, never so wisely. Yeah, I got to the point. It was just about the wicked go astray from the moon, you know, because like I said, they go around telling lies, man. And our job is to point out these lies and tell them, man, because they're not. We know that these data centers, what they're doing, and there's information right there. 23 atomic bomb explosions, man, and that's per day. They said this every day. They're gonna feel that in that area, man. So you mean to tell me it's not gonna disrupt the wildlife in that area? It's not gonna disrupt the people? Right now, when you have regular power lines in those big high voltage lines, there's all sorts of signs that tell you don't even play in this area, don't come in this area. Why is that? Because of the electrons that are being emitted off of those things, man. Those isotopes is being emitted off of those things, man. You know, they mess with your mind, they break your body down. You know, we have bones, we have muscular tissue. You know, these different waves, these microwave waves they sending at you, they're breaking your tissue down in your body. That's why you have a lot of headaches. That's why you have a lot of muscular pains and different things going on in the body, man. Because of these different things and what Esau's doing to the environment. All for his money, man. And at the same time, we also know it's about that. At the end of the day, it's not just about money, because that's at a small mind level. You know what I'm saying? Because these devils print the money. You know. So at the end of the day, it's all about that population control, man. Because one thing you gotta remember, what happened in 2019? A lot of these people went on and dealt with that medicine. So these different AI data centers and these different devices they're coming out with, they already said that jump shot that a lot of people took had metals properties in it. So you guys are now walking around antennas, basically. You know, especially if you took that stuff. We're already connected on a life, what's the word I'm looking for? Vibration form. But now you're on a electrical vibration form, because now you plugged into the matrix, basically. Proverbs 29 and 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. And the wicked are bearing rule. This is why the place is for sale, man. You know, this is why it won't be a corner in America where there won't be a data center pumping out that damn toxic stuff out of it, man. Toxicity out of it, man. You know. So this is what we're coming to, man. The wicked leaders are lying, man, and the people, they got to deal with this stuff, man. They're the ones suffering. And then guess what? I did a video on this a while back, man. Not even a while back, a few months ago or weeks ago. You know, because everything be tied hand in hand with Esau's system, man. So when these data centers go up, guess who makes money? The hospitals make money because people are sick. You know, and then guess who else makes money on top of that? The drug companies, because now once you leave the hospital, you got prescription for drugs. This place is done, man. Proverbs 29:12. If a ruler hearken to the lies, all her servants are wicked, man. And, you know, and like I say, you know, we have these leaders who run this place, and then you have his servants, Kevin O'Leary's, you know, the governors, the towns, people who push for these data centers, who are making a lot of money off these data centers, you know, and promising the people a percentage of it, but ain't giving them nothing, you know. And that's what you get for laying in bed with the devil. Because, like I'm telling you, they're coming with prices, and a lot of them are able to fight them off because if your town, if your state is for that, you know, against these data centers, then 9 times out of 10 they're not going to allow it, and they're going to try to fight hard. But for the most part, it's a fight they're not going to be able to continuously fight because money, and it's just the clandestine plan of this devil, man. You know. This is a good one because this is what happened when we back in control. This is not happening right now, but sooner than later, this will be happening, man. This is Psalm 96, and I'm going to start at 11. Let the heavens rejoice, and let the earth be glad. Let the sea roar, and the fullness thereof. Let the field be joyful, and all that there is in. Then shall all the trees of the wood rejoice before the Lord, for he cometh to judge the earth. He shall judge the world with righteousness and the people with his truth, man. And that's one thing we're not going to be listening to any more lies from the wicked anymore, man. This is their last stand. This is it for them, man. You know? And, you know, their wickedness is mounting up to the heavens, man. You know, so the Lord is keeping track of all this wickedness he's doing. You know, and Esau's going to pay for these things, man. And if you Israelites laid in bed with him, man, you know, you're going 2/3 of our people, they got to go anyways, man. The words and the scriptures are only for the righteous, man, for the hopeful elect, man. With that being said, this is edifying. Shalom, Akim.